Hi guys, welcome back for another craft. This is the second craft video that we have up, and today we're gonna make two different crafts. You can do both of them, you could do either one of them. The first one's a little bit easier, the second one is a little bit more complicated, but they're both really, really fun. So our crafts, our theme is sharing the good news that Jesus is alive. So we just celebrated Easter on Sunday. I hope you guys had an amazing time celebrating. I know I did with my family, and it was just such a great time to celebrate that Jesus is alive and that we have hope for our life because he is with us, and we know that one day we will be with him in heaven to live forever. So our first craft is a kind of stained glass looking type thing that says he is alive. And we're gonna make this so you can hang it up in your window, maybe on your if you have a glass door in front of your door, you can hang it there to share the news that Jesus is alive. So the things you'll need for this one, number one, you'll need this template printed out. It's in the Google Drive. You'll find it under Creative Tuesdays on our website and the kids page. And you can print that out. You'll also need construction paper or some kind of thick paper. Black is best, but you can use any color that you have at home. You'll need different colored pieces of tissue paper, and you'll want to cut them into little squares. So all I have is blue and yellow. You can use any colors that you have. The more colors you have, the prettier it'll turn out, but you can use any colors. You'll need scissors, glue sticks, or some kind of liquid glue. If you're using liquid glue, you'll need a paintbrush to paint it with. And then you'll need some tape, and then a sheet of wax paper. Wax paper is the best. I didn't have any, so I used a Ziploc bag, a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and I cut out one of the sides. So that's what I'm gonna use for mine. So, to start out this craft, first you're going to tape or paper clip the He is Alive template to your construction paper. I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. It doesn't need to be taped down really well. It just needs to be taped down enough so you can cut the template. And then your template has a thick black part, and then it has this gray and white checkered part. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut out all of the gray and white checkered part and only leave the black, okay? Right now. All right, and this is what it looks like when you're done. So next, you're going to take your sheet of wax paper or your Ziploc bag or plastic wrap or whatever it is that you're using. You're gonna take that, you're gonna put it down on your table, and then you're gonna take your template and cover it, the front of it, with glue. And then when you're done covering it in glue, you're going to stick it on top of your piece of wax paper or whatever you're using. So it looks like this. So then, you're going to flip it over so that the wax paper side is on the top. And you're going to, if you're using liquid glue, you can paint the glue on. I'm using a glue stick. So you're going to glue over all of the spots that aren't black. And then, the next step is super easy. You take your little pieces of colored tissue paper, your little squares, and you just glue them on however you want to. And then when you've done that, you want to pick it up and check and see if there's any gaps. So I have a little gap right there, so I'm going to make sure that I cover that. And if you want to, if my side is a little sticking up, so I'm going to put some glue just on top so that it all sticks down. Spread it out. cover any flaps. So you're going to want to let that dry if it's really wet. And then your very last step is I have all this excess on the side. So you're just going to trim all the excess so that it doesn't stick out past the black construction paper. There you have it. And then there's one more part. The He is Alive part on the bottom. That one, if you want to, you can cut it out, cut out the letters, and glue them on top of the black construction paper. So it says He is Alive on the bottom, and we're sharing that message. And then you can hang this in a window, you can hang this on your front door, you can hang it basically anywhere. And if you can see, whenever there's kind of light behind it, it glows a little bit more. So that's why it's kind of like stained glass. And that is the first craft. So our next craft is also super fun, and it has to do with windows as well. We get to make do-it-yourself window clings. So you maybe have had some of these at your house before, maybe you bought them for Christmas, something like that. But basically it's this sticky gel kind of thing that you can put on, that sticks on your windows. And we are going to make our own. So the materials you're gonna need for this, I have templates, again, under Creative Tuesdays on our kids page on our website. So there are different templates that you can print out if you want to do that. You can also just make your own window clings. You could find your own piece of paper. It's best if you use something that has an outline, so a coloring sheet or something like that. I have these ones, they say, He is risen, there's a heart, Jesus loves you. A cross equals the heart because what Jesus did was because He loved us. Some flowers, and then Jesus is alive. So you can do any of those if you want. I also have two different templates. So this one, it has the words, if you look at it, the words are the right way where you can read it. The other template I have, the letters are backwards. So if you were to hold it backwards, you can read it. So this one is for when you stick it on, the message will show on the outside. So if you're putting it on your windows and you want people walking by to see it, they'll be able to read the words for this one. If you want to be able to read it from the inside where you are, then that's the template you use. So this one's just called the template. This one's called, I think, the template to share or sharing template. So I'm going to use the regular template, and I'm going to use the cross equals love. So those are template printouts that you can print out if you want. You'll also need a sheet of plastic wrap. I'm using one of these document protectors. You may have those at home. You can also use a Ziploc bag again and cut out one of the sides or something, whatever you want to use. And then you'll need some liquid school glue, some liquid dish soap, food coloring, and then bowls or plates to mix the stuff onto, and paintbrushes. And then a few measuring tools if you want that too. So first, we're going to make our window cling gel that we're going to use to paint. So the recipe for this calls for 2 tablespoons of glue, a 1/4 teaspoon of liquid dish soap, and then 3 to 5 drops of food coloring, and I'm going to use green. You can also mix colors, you can use the basic colors you have, whatever you want to do. So 3 to 5 drops. So once you have all that on your plate or your bowl, you're going to take one of your paintbrushes and mix it. And you're going to do this for every color that you want to use. So I made a few colors already. I have pink, green, and blue. So once you have, and you can use as many colors as you want. Once you have your stuff mixed, next you're going to get your template and your table set to paint. So first, if you're using a template underneath, you're going to tape that down to your hard surface. Then you're going to take whatever sheet you're using on the top, some plastic wrap. You could also use wax paper. I'm using this. You can use a Ziploc bag. and you're gonna tape that down to the table over your template. And then the last step is just painting. And this paint, you can paint it all one color, you can marble it, you can use different colors, you can put different shapes inside of it. However you want to paint, that's completely up to you. The only thing is you want it to be pretty thick because we're gonna let it dry. And when it dries, you're gonna have to peel it off. So the thicker the better, because then it will be less likely to rip. And that's all there is to it. So after you've painted them and you're set with your painting, you let it dry for 8 to 10 hours. It's a long time. So what I would do is I would do this during the day, and then I would even wait 12 whole hours. So 12 hours, or you can do it during the day. You can let it dry overnight, and then the next morning when you wake up, it should be dry. If you feel it, it's dry to the touch, kind of sticky, then you slowly peel it off and you can put it right on your window. If it's not sticking to the window, you can take a paintbrush and paint on just a little bit of water on the side you want to stick on, and it should stick on the window then. So you could do this, not even just for this, you could do happy birthday messages for people. You could, if you're doing a birthday parade, you can put them on your windows. You could do all kinds of different shapes, flowers, any kind of message that you can get out to people that will encourage them this week as they walk by. So these are our crafts for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Send us some pictures if you do them, because we'd love to see this. So we'll see you guys next time.